Outlander stars Heughan and Caitriona Balfe are the Astaire and Rogers of sex scenes. Outlander Season 5 ends on a shot of two naked bodies in bed. A nude Jamie Fraser, Heughan, is cradling his bruised wife Claire, Caitriona Balfe, in his arms while a rainstorm growls outside. He asks her, just days after experiencing the harrowing trauma of being kidnapped, beaten, and gang-raped, how she feels. For the first time in the episode, she says, "safe." It's a devastating moment that not only hammers home the bond that Jamie and Claire share, but also exemplifies what makes Heughan and Balfe's chemistry so potent. Outlander is a show about love, in all its passion and glory. Because of this, stars Heughan and Caitriona Balfe have been tasked with throwing themselves physically into a never-ending conveyor belt of scandalous sex scenes, aggressive action sequences, traumatizing depictions of sexual assault, and, yes, more sex. Through it all, though, both actors have managed to tackle this challenging part of job with confidence, candor, and truly phenomenal acting. The best moments in Outlander, the scenes that thrill, chill, and stick with audiences the most, are these sex scenes, whether for good or ill. That's because Heughan and Balfe are the Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers of sex scenes, and it's about time they get the credit for it. Outlander fans will remember that a few weeks ago, Claire managed to save Jamie from death by infection by giving him a life-saving handjob. While the moment left some fans puzzled, it occurred to me that this was a natural, rational thing to happen in the world of Outlander. After all, the whole conceit of the show is that Jamie and Claire have a magical bond that binds them together across the centuries. It is while meditating on this scene, that I remembered all the passionate sex scenes the actors have given over the years, noting that they have basically given up their bodies for the sake of storytelling, and dear Lord, it works. The only couple in film or TV history I can think of who had the same level of incandescently hot physical chemistry as Heughan and Balfe are Astaire and Rogers. That's it. If you're not familiar with Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, they were movie stars in the 1930s who were best known for their stunning dance sequences. Astaire, of course, was a titan in the dance world. However, in Hollywood, he struggled to find a female partner who could not only keep up but sew the steps. Enter Ginger Rogers. The aspiring star was paired with Astaire in the 1933 film Flying Down to Rio. Although the duo weren't the top-billed stars, their karaoke dance stole the show. Interest in the couple led to a string of classic musical films. Watching this dance 87 years later, you can see why, it's hot. Also, they're not just dancing the steps perfectly. There's emotion on their faces, emotion that travels through their whole bodies. The result is something that's clearly been rehearsed to death, but still looks organic, as if it's being improvised in the moment. All of the couple's dances have this quality. Instead of acting with dialogue, they are acting through their bodies. Which is something that Heughan and Caitriona Balfe do every week on Outlander. Ever since the incredible wedding night episode in Outlander Season 1, Heughan and Caitriona Balfe have found new and inventive ways to depict the emotional state of their characters as they get physically intimate. Because of this, none of their sex scenes have ever felt skeevy or forced. They are fully present as their characters in these moments, stripped down not only physically, but emotionally, too. It goes without saying that sex scenes aren't sexy on set. They are a meticulously choreographed affair where the actors need to be aware of their bodies like never before. In this way, sex scenes are essentially dance numbers. Considering that, what Heughan and Balfe have accomplished over the years is honestly akin to what Astaire and Rogers pulled off in the 1930s. They continually push themselves for the sake of the story. The result is that when we see that final shot of Jamie holding Claire, we're not thinking about the nudity as something sexy, but vulnerable. We understand that the knife scene in Season 1 is about a power dynamic shifting in their relationship, and it made sense that Claire could bring Jamie from the brink with a handy. What Heughan and Caitriona Balfe have done on Outlander is reframe intimate scenes not as tawdry moments, but as opportunities for audiences to get closer to the emotions of their characters. They do this with grace, wit, passion, and total selflessness. It is a combined tour de force that deserves to be treated as such. You know, the way dancers talk about Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.